Mexico City, a mega metropolis of 22 million people, home of the biggest bull ring in the world, the monumental Plaza de Toros. This is the beating heart of Mexico right here. Today, that heart pounds for a mega event, the opening of the 2015 Red Bull X-Fighters World Tour. Troy Mannering here, and joining me with expert analysis and insight, Andy Bell.
Thanks, Troy. It's so great to be back in this classic venue here in Mexico City. The last 10 years have been witness to some epic battle right here. As always, the largest bull ring in the world presents some pretty unique challenges for these athletes tonight. And now we get going with our spectacular worldwide tour, Red Bull X-Fighters.
And a worldwide tour it absolutely is. The 2015 Red Bull X-Fighters will feature 5 stops at stellar locations around the world, starting right here in Mexico City. And a quick look into the riders' paddock as these guys get ready for quarterfinal action. As I said, we'll start here in Mexico City, Mexico. Then we'll move on to Athens, Greece, a new stop on the tour on the 12th of June, followed by a classic in Madrid, Spain on the 10th of July. From there, we'll return to Pretoria, South Africa on the 12th of September. And finally, we'll crown a World Tour champion in the United Arab Emirates on October 30th.
We have 3 former Mexico winners here tonight that are competing. And guess what, Troy? Those 3 winners are also former tour champions. Let's go meet these 3 stars and check out who they are and what they're going to bring tonight.
There are 3 riders that stand out to me, and that's because they've all 3 been champions. Those 3 riders have not only won championships, but they've also won right here in Mexico City. Danny Torres is no stranger to this arena. He's won here before. He's got 7 Red Bull X-Fighters wins under his belt and a World Tour championship. And let's face it, he's the crowd favorite. Tom Pages is the innovator. He's that guy that you don't know what to expect. In 2013, he came here. He not only won the event, he went on to win the championship, and now he has new tricks up his sleeve that he's already put viral on the internet, the alley-oop flare. Will the pressure get to him, or can he pull it here? I don't know. Levi Sherwood's coming in hot. He's won here in Mexico City 2 times. He's won the World Tour Championship, and he's really done everything without even touching a quarter pipe. The rumors have it that he has a big new trick for the quarter pipe. Let's see if he can deliver. Let's face it, those 3 guys are champions. They know how to get the job done. But what we have is 8 other world-class athletes ready to come after them and make their own legacy.
Well, in addition to those 3 riders, we also have 2 riders that are making a push for the podium. We were talking about Adam Jones a lot, and he's one of those guys that we really love to see on tour. Of course, Tom Pages, who we just saw in that feature, former World Tour champion, an innovative guy, and one of those guys that we really like to see bringing the sport to absolute new levels. We'll also be keeping a close eye on a couple of other guys. One of them is Clinton Moore, who, Remy Bizarre, as well as Clinton Moore, but Remy Bizarre, he got 6th place overall last year, and that's his best results on a Red Bull X-Fighters World Tour ever.
And the 2nd place in Osaka, like you said.
Yeah, and he's really been bringing his game to a new level. He's got the California roll in his trick list as well. We have Clinton Moore, and this is his first start in Mexico City. So, you know, he's one of these guys that has a bunch of tricks that he can do. He uses the quarter pipe, he has a volt, he has the California roll, so he's definitely got the bag of tricks as well. So we'll be keeping a close eye on those 2 guys, or 3 guys especially.
Look at the crowd here, Troy. These guys are going crazy. This stadium is electric, 38,000 people filling the stands out here. So the keys to win tonight: navigate the tight track. This is the tightest track we will run across all year long. There's 2 tunnels that you have to go in and out of. Getting in and out is tough. bring new tricks. Tom Pages, he is constantly bringing them, but so did Levi Sherwood. He is not going to lose out this year. And the third thing, adjust to the thin air. The air is so thin. We are at 7,500 feet.
2,240
meters for all you in metric, and that is high. It is tough to just walk up the stairs, never mind ride your motorcycle. Judges, we have five different categories that these judges are going to be looking at here tonight as they turn on the lights finally. Variety, execution, style, which is form and flow, use of course, and energy, which is energy, excitement, and entertainment. This is a very unique judging system here at Red Bull X Fighters, and you actually have to tick off each of these boxes if you want to win tonight. Jason Moriarty there, he's our head judge. He's going to be the guy looking over to make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to and breaking the ties if something happens.
All right, well, there you go. It's a judged event, but one of the most fairly judged event because of our system. Nice, and that's always good. As we get ready for our quarterfinal action, it's about win or go home. It's head-to-head. Riders will go up against each other in a timed run. In this round, it will be 75 seconds, the quarterfinal 75 seconds. And as you mentioned, there are 5 categories that the judges are watching. You have to win 3 of those 5 categories to move on to the semifinal as we get ready for quarterfinal action. And once again, quarterfinals will feature our first heat coming up. Remy Bizarre going up against Danny Torres. Second heat will be Adam Jones and Thomas Pages. Javier Villegas, Clinton Moore in the third one, and Brody Wilson making it out of round 1, going up against the winner of the qualification round. Levi Sherwood will be our 4th heat in the quarterfinal. That is a big one.
The elation for Brody Wilson winning round number 1 did not has it. He's done it to the foam a million times, but is he comfortable to risk it to dirt out here tonight?
And as we move on to the quarterfinal action, we should also point out that, yes, it is head-to-head. Yes, it is 75 seconds long. Yes, it is about winning 3 of the 5 categories. But now it's free reign for these guys. There's no more restrictions on what they can do out on course. Flip tricks, rotational tricks, variations, and varials are allowed. So this is where it's going to start to get interesting because these guys can really throw down when it comes to these next 3 rounds, quarterfinal, semifinal, and the final, of course.
We're going to see Remy out on the course first.
Hey, I'm Remy Bizarre from France. Here we are in Mexico City with the loudest crowd in the world.
I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, this will be the first time that Remy Bizarre will go head-to-head with Danny Torres. I don't think they've actually had a battle before. It'll be interesting, nevertheless, to see how Remy Bizarre handles the pressure of going up against a former World Tour champion and a guy who has the crowd absolutely on his side. And he starts right away with a big Shaolin backflip, or as you like to call it, the starfish flip. Ha! Great start for Remy.
Remy, look at Saul, loops around, hits that super kicker. A, it's a great way to get back to the other side of the course. B, he's making sure he checks that box of use of course. So important. We saw Adam Jones get in trouble last year in Munich by not getting the use of course. And so he's making sure to tick that box. Flip C-grab Indian air from Remy. Remy got 5th last night at qualification. Great run for him. He looked really comfortable and smooth out here on this really tight track.
Well, one thing I will say for Remy is he's cut his teeth riding and competing in these small arena events where they take a hockey rink and basically fill it with dirt. There's not a lot of space in there either, so this kind of a course is something that he's pretty used to.
Massive kiss of death backflip, and for everyone watching at home who may not be all that familiar, what he's doing there in the tunnel is flipping up those flip levers, which actually help him to lever the bike back underneath him when he's doing the big flip tricks. You'll see all the riders out here have them. It's just it's a help, I hear, because I don't use them. I'm only upside down if I'm crashing. Troy.
You're just seeing that he's in the tunnel there, and the horn's gone to end his time, but because he's in the tunnel, it is allowed. The minute let those guys roll into the tunnel. If the horn sounds while they're on their way into the tunnel or in the tunnel, that last trick does count.
And it was a doozy,
it was
too.
A doozy.
Nice
it was a beautiful trick.
Cliffhanger. Really nice extension. We'll get to see it a little bit better here in slow motion. Things happen so fast these days that if you're not 100% paying attention, you can miss exactly what goes on. So,
and this is something that Remy is absolutely famous for. He started doing this a couple of years ago. It's not exactly new, but his sponsors have been providing him with box loads of goggles because he chucks them out every single run. It's amazing. And also, just before we dig through this, I want you to look at the flexibility of this kid right here. Watch that. Wow.
Nice scorpion kiss of death. Really gets the legs over. You'll hear a couple different terms from us. Scorpion means bending the back, getting the legs out, almost back around to your head. Indian air. There you go. That's a holy grab. Indian air gets a little bit of the scissor kick motion going on. And then there, the big look through. It would be a look back if he was doing it right side up, but all of a sudden it's a look through.
And that's that little extra kick, you know, that little extra nod of the head is just so.
And then check that out. He landed side saddle. And then there one more time. Backflip cliffhanger. Really straightens out, extends at the hips. Really solid run. That was actually, I would say, better than his run that we saw last night that netted him 5th in the qualifiers. So pretty impressive, showing off a little bit of bike skills there with the nose really down the landing. And now he put the pressure onto Danny Torres.
One thing I will say about Remy Bizarre is he's a very tactical type of rider. He knows exactly what the other athletes are doing out on course, and he knows what he's got to do in order to beat these guys.
Danny Torres, Spain. When the people in Mexico scream my name, it's amazing.
I was just mentioning how Remy Bizarre is a very tactical rider. He knows the line that Danny Torres has got. And it could be that he chose not to uncork that California roll in his run here because he knows that perhaps Danny isn't going to do any kind of varial trick or anything. But Danny's got some of the best regular tricks and flip combos in the business.
Starting off with a big lazy boy backflip right into the no-handed running man. And quickly now, we noticed last night, Danny was riding really quickly around this course. He looked really, really good.
Yeah, racing a bit.
Yeah, good to see Danny back on the two-stroke as well. And McMets to cliffhanger.
Wow.
Big combo. That's right there.
Combo.
That is a lot going on in different directions. And so Danny mixing up. This is what the judges want to see, especially the variety judge. They want to see flip tricks. They want to see right side up tricks. They want to see tricks on the front of the bike, the back of the bike. They want to see rotational tricks. They want to see everything.
Oh, the double grab flip.
Massive double grab flip out of Danny as he floated a little bit sideways there off the takeoff, but
got a bit scary.
Yeah, I know, it's a little bit crazy, but we're seeing Danny pick nice lines. This guy's a 2011 World Tour champion, the winningest guy on Red Bull X Fighters. There you're going to see the Paris Hilton flip. The difference between the Paris Hilton flip and the Shaolin flip is actually going up and down with his legs instead of just spread out in the splits. And this will count, as you said, that the horn went off as he's in the tunnel. And I think that's executioner flip.
The executioner flip. Nice. That was a great run from Remy Bizarre, or excuse me, from Danny Torres against Remy Bizarre. Both of these guys had very, very solid runs. It's going to be a tough call for these judges. And like you said earlier, you know, glad to be up here instead of in the judging box.
Absolutely. And you know what I love is Danny Torres, Remy Bizarre, a lot of these guys are really kind of quiet, dude. They are not. And then you see them come alive. The showmanship really come alive when they get off the bike. The adrenaline's flowing. I mean, Remy and Danny are both guys that sit in the rider's lounge just quiet, keeping themselves, just chilling. And then they just turn into animals out there.
Well, they're shy guys.
Yeah.
They're shy guys. But when, you know, like you say, they get out there and their party animal comes out.
If you get any good shots out there, you want to just join in the conversation at Red Bull X Fighters or hashtag X Fighters, Instagram, Twitter, hit up everybody and share what you guys have going on at home.
Get it out there on social media.
Yeah, there's that Paris Hilton flip from Danny. Just everything looked great. The judges really going to want to see the landings. There's that executioner flip. Both tires landing at the same time is what the judges are going to look for, especially the execution judge. Danny looking solid. Look at this little buddy. He's like, what are you doing, Dad? Who is this guy?
I think the little guy's just mesmerized
that's
by
Danny Torres.
That's Danny Torres right there.
He's not going to forget that one.
All right, let's see who's going to move on to the semifinal between these two fantastic athletes. Is it going to be Danny Torres or will it be Remy Bizoir?
This is tight. This is really, really tight. We didn't see anything too crazy as in new school tricks. No quarter pipe used by either of them out there, which is weird because Remy's got the quarter pipe.
Yeah.
And he's got the California roll too.
But so, like I said, he's a very tactical. He'll be looking at.
I don't think you can't chance holding anything back for the semifinals here in Red Bull X Fighters because everybody is so good these days. You can't hold it back.
It's a very long process here with our judging panel. It looks like they're talking about it. There's Toby Imler just looking over the shoulder of head judge Jason Moriarty. Toby is our energy, entertainment, and excitement judge, and you'll see he's got a set of handlebars up there, and he rates it based on you know, how he feels about the excitement that they're going. So here we go. This is how we're going to score it up.
We got some nice new graphics this year
nice new graphics. So the first one goes to Danny Torres. He's got variety. No belongs to Torres. Second one goes to Remy Bizoir
Danny
for execution.
Torres doesn't usually lose execution, I have to say. He is a perfectionist. Whoa.
Remy Bizoir, he gets that second helmet for style.
Okay, wow. All right.
Use of course, this is an